This is one of the early first of the cover, which I mean it's an actual cover anyway. So let's flip the
Next one?
yeah.
Do I hit that arrow button again?
To the yeah. This is some like I did this in 2003, and this is kind of like I think maybe the start of the genesis of the idea. It's kind of like small things living on top of larger entities, and you can flip it. Here's another like a sketchbook page.
Oh.
It's kind of like it's along the same ideas as Turtle Island. I was thinking like and the next one too. That's a painting I painted, and you see even there, you start to see like houses, and the bear is actually just ends up in the actual book.
Okay.
And then go ahead. And then I drew this when I was like in 2004 when I was graduating art school, and this was like I did that year, and then I printed this shirt like thousands of times. So, but that was kind of the end of that, and then I have four book. I have a 5-book deal with Penguin, and I have 4 books out already. I'm the biggest thing in the ocean. I'm the best artist in the ocean. Acorns Everywhere, which is a throwaway. And then I'm the scariest thing in the castle. And while I was writing Acorns Everywhere, they're like, "Oh, we have the perfect title for your next book." And then they're like, "I'm the blankest blank in the blank. Fill in the blanks." So that's how Scariest Thing in the Castle came about. So this was like my last book on contract, so I feel that they were like, do what you're gonna do. Like, we're not gonna make you do this formula title, but like, this is your last book, like make it or break it. So they kind of let me do, I feel like they gave me more freedom on this one than any of the other ones. And this is what I pitched, this is the original pitch for what turned into Turtle Island. And you'll see this. Once there was an island, he was all alone. A plane came out of the sky and splashed into the ocean. A cat washed up on the shore of the island. In the beginning, the cat was confused and the island was shy, but over time, they grew to know each other. The cat would use the island's branches to fish in the ocean. The island did its best to grow as many coconuts as it could for the cat to eat. So the tree is like a parasite on like the island's weird squid creature. I know this merchant is like creepy, but I mean, I didn't have the turtle thing yet. So go ahead. The cat would use the coconut shells to capture rainwater. And the cat would dance and sing to the island and the moon, and the island loved it. But one day, a boat came and the cat left.
Aww.
The island was alone and lonely. Except that, he's not alone. I don't know, it's like I don't know why. I should have taken a whale out. And the fish is there too, it's like a party almost, but whatever. Until one day, the cat returned to the island with another cat. They fished and ate and sang and danced. Creatures would visit the island all the time to eat and sing and dance. And the island was never alone or lonely. So that was the pitch I first sent. And obviously, it's really way too creepy. And this was a sketchbook page that I found of like, still with using that formula, but also I was starting to like think about making huge turtles. So we go next. And also I had done this around the same time. This is with acrylic. I thought I was gonna do, like, you remember that painting in the beginning with the bear and the teeth? I imagined I would do the book that way. With that like painterly, like get in there style. But in the end, like, my style is just like pen and watercolor, so I should just do what I do. Okay, next. And this is like 4 or 5 drafts down the line from the island draft that we just said. And this one is almost following very closely with the book. So I'm a giant turtle and I'm as big as the whole island, but not nearly as big as the whole ocean. Sometimes I get lonely, until one day, I helped the cat. We became good friends. Then it was Fox. He could build. Frog bought lots of books. Mouse could draw and dog could cook. With every new friendship, I grew in size. So that was like a weird thing about this draft. Owl could knit. Bear had honey. Bird could sing. Squid did magic tricks. Before I knew it, all my friends were living right on my back, just like an island. I wasn't alone anymore. And then we have other, I really wasn't alone. And then no one is alone. And Turtle Island is the Iroquois word for North America. Like I'll just read this. The story is based on an Iroquois legend. Long ago, Sky Woman fell to the earth and covered it in water. All the animals tried, but it was the muskrat who swam to the bottom of the ocean, gathered the dirt, and placed it on the back of the turtle. The turtle grew and became North America. This story is used to teach equality, harmony, and environmental awareness. I was going to have like a disclaimer at the end of the book, you know what I mean? Not a disclaimer, but like a da-da-da.
Yeah.
So, can I borrow this? Because I don't have the words memorized yet.
It's stealing from the kids.
So this was just a, I have some other test ones, but this was like this painting was like just a test to, like, for me to get my bearings on what the whole creature is going to look like. And how I'm going to do the watercolors with the thing I did with this book is get it it was real wet washes, and then I used kosher salt and fine iodized salt. And it got two different effects, and they like threw it in, it was like, so I think it turned out really well.
Yeah.
It looks really good there. And on this page it's dedicated to my friend Liz King, who, like after my business and everything, I didn't know what I was doing, and she like let me live on her farm, and she gave me a job for like a year. So when I came back to Baltimore, I was like already geared up. I came back in like January 2012, and then like 2.5 years later this comes out. So it kind of started there. I owe Liz so much. She's amazing. If any of you know Liz, but
She was your island.
She was your island.
She was, yeah, exactly, right. And then this says the art was penciled, inked, and then painted with watercolors. And then the first art says and salt, but I was like, no, like I don't want like a million Slim Shadys coming in here like sprinkling salt all over their paintings, so we left that part out. I'm a giant turtle, and now I'm as big as an island. But the ocean is even bigger, and sometimes I get lonely. So imagine my surprise when one day I had visitors. They were shipwrecked, which was bad, but I could fish, which was good. And you know what? Owl could knit, bear could build, frog could cook, and cat could draw. I took this off like an early PDF that they sent me, and this is why they do PDF. Because if you see that, I drew this like that on purpose. So you know, like a flounder or like a cartoon. Like that just doesn't. Maybe I can see how that makes sense, but it's meant to look like that. I just made him switch it back. That's why you gotta look at the proofs. And then we have shout out to Squid all the way on the right. We all worked together. Suddenly things were happening, and the sea didn't seem so big anymore. Until we miss our families, Frog said one day. I didn't understand. Wasn't either family? We have to go home, Bear added. But wasn't either home? Bear built a ship, Owl knit a sail, Frog packed some food, and Cat gave me a hug. You'll see in this version, for a while the scarf was a hat. This looks too weird. And they sailed away. I was alone again. I couldn't stop thinking about my friends. I tried to stay busy, but things weren't the same. I thought I would be alone forever, so imagine my surprise when one day I saw a boat. And who was in it? My friends. And they had brought something very special. They had brought all of their friends and their families too. The one, go back. I think the left arrow will move you back. This one's supposed to be Baltimore. You see with like the green church and like the Washington Monument and all the red houses. And then this is like future Podland or something. I don't know what that is. They brought all their friends and their families too. This is how Turtle Island started. And then for this page, they want like the characters in the book, like the lavender owl. There's only one lavender owl, and there's only one orange cat. Like all the other cats are different colors. So the ones that are on the back, you can still tell what they are. They don't. If you look for them, like the frog is here. Here's the cat. This is the bear, and that's the owl. So it goes like this, like those four right there. And then all the other ones are different. But, you know, like, since this is like North America, I tried to slip in things like Thomas Edison, or, you know, and like Ford, Benjamin Franklin, and the tetherball is red, white, and blue. So it's like America. And how we continue to grow. And then they all get together. You know. Babies. The end. I brought some like panels that you can come up and look at them later. But these are some. Usually when I do these pages, these are just like they end up. This is what they look like in the end. So it's not like computers or anything. So usually I'll have to do these many times over. Like this would be the first page, but you can see it's like not his face enough. This was just like a test. Well, just like the first two pages where the turtle's like gliding in, and then one where the title page where he's floating near the top. This was another. This was like at that period. I'm just like seeing how big he is and how much he weighs and like how he's going to interact. And this was probably the first time I tried to do the first spread. So you know like. This one's better than this one, but it's not, you know, it's not there yet. And that's very similar to the page, but it's not the right size. Oh, and this is back also when he had a hat as well.
You get a yarmulke.
Yeah. And then this is funny because look at the arms. And then this one's decent, except, I mean, he's too big. That's why I didn't finish it. But as you can see in this one too, the way I do this to not, like when you do, the way I do this to keep the areas I don't want paint on them in white is I paint this like paintable rubber over it, called Frisket. So you can just take a paintbrush over it and then later peel it away and it'll still be that color. But you can see here, like when I was doing the blue layer, the Frisket failed, or I didn't do it right. So there was a bunch of pages like that. So yeah, basically just, and this is what one of the drafts, this is the pencils before the final book. And I think that's it. Thanks for coming. I'm going to be at this table, sign all your books. Thanks.